Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Charles back with another video for Black and Blue TV. Just wanted to quickly go over the Jaguars and Chiefs. They played earlier today around 4. As you can see, the Chiefs, they won 27-20. Like I said before, it was going to be a closer game than most people thought. Jaguars played pretty good. Trevor Lawrence he played okay. He had about 217 yards, touchdown and an interception. But I was saying before the run game, you look at Travis Etienne, 10 carries, 62 yards and a touchdown. Look at Jermichael Hasty, number 22. He had that big run earlier. He had 4 carries for 36 yards. Also, Trevor Lawrence had 3 carries, 26 yards. So the running game did its job. This is what I kind of expected. And for the most part, the Jaguars were running the ball very well. I just think the issue was they just didn't get enough production out of the running game. I'd like to see ATN and maybe Hasty, with a little bit more yardage. Maybe Hasty have around 50 to 60 and Travis Etienne have 100. Now, in the receiving game, you did have Zay Jones. He did have 5 catches, 83 yards. Pretty good average, 16 and a half yards per catch. You had Christian Kirk 7 for 52. To me that's not good enough. You got to get that average up. I understand he had 7 receptions for 52 yards, but you know as a receiver, that's kind of like tight end numbers. You don't want to be attributed to a tight end if you're a receiver. You know what I mean? Because receivers are supposed to stretch the field, especially Christian Kirk and Zay Jones. Now, Everett Ingram, he had 5 catches, 31 yards. You know, um, he didn't really do much. And of course, you had Marvin Jones with only 1 catch today. He did have 21 yards. It was a big catch. However, you got to get implemented in the game plan more. And you had Travis Etienne with 3 catches and 18 yards. That's just not going to get it done against the Chiefs. As far as the Jaguars defense, Alukun, he had 14 tackles. He had a good game. Rashawn Jenkins, he had 7. Devin Lloyd had about 8. A lot of players contributed in the tackles. And the thing about it is there were no sacks today. Only a few tackles for loss. When you look at it, it's for this defense. The defense had to get some type of turnovers, and they had to get to the quarterback. They were unable to. Now when I look at the Chiefs, I see Patrick Mahomes. He's 22 of 30, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't get sacked much, but he did take an injury to his right ankle. So, I'm curious to see, how that's going to, set him back next week of the winner of the Bills or Bengals. For Patrick Mahomes, he is a mobile quarterback and he prides off his mobility. So when you have that and you're unable to be mobile in the pocket and not able to you know complete your throws. There were some cases where he was back to pass and he had to plant his right leg into the ground to create torque on his passes, and he wasn't able to do that. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen next week. When you go down to Isaiah Pacheco, he had a great game: 12 carries, 95 yards. 7.9 average. He had that big run in the first quarter to really like set the Chiefs off. He had Jerry McKinnon, had 11 carries, 25 yards. They didn't need much from him running wise because Pacheco, he pretty much had more of the yardage. Um, but next week they're going to need that more than ever because, like I said, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to be a pocket passer, and not mobile as he used to be. Um, Now look at this: Travis Kelsey with 14 receptions, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What did I tell you guys earlier? Travis Kelsey, he's definitely the leading receiver, and on top of that, he was killing them in the middle of the field. Guys, these tight ends are very good at what they do, especially in between the numbers and the hash. So when these guys are able to, get open, when they're able to run correct routes, when they're able to pretty much be the quarterback safety blanket, it pretty much is what it is. So when I look at this game, I kind of knew that the Chiefs were going to win. Even though their defense played okay. Only 1 sack, 2 sacks rather from Frank Clark, and also Derek Nottie. Chris Jones, he was kind of irrelevant this game. He didn't really do much, but he was able to hurry the quarterback occasionally. He's definitely going to have more production next week as they go into the AFC Championship, depending on who they play. Um, Now, for the Jaguars, this is actually good for them because nobody thought they would actually make it to the divisional round. You know, people wrote them off. During the regular season. When you look at things, they were able to string together 2 wins at the end of the season. Not only that, they were able to overcome 4 turnovers in the wild card against the Chargers. They were able to win that game, come back down from 31 points, and they barely lost to the Chiefs, 27-20. So if I'm Doug Peterson and that staff and that team, got to hang your heads high simply because nobody expected you guys to be there. Nobody expected you guys to put up a fight. Um, but this is all I have for now, guys. When you get a chance, please like, share, and subscribe to the content because I'm coming out with more. All right, you guys take it easy. And